ini. Ya. As you can see, ya, the name of this course, ya, teman-teman semua ya, the name of this course is bahasa Inggris or English. That's why, ya, and the code we can know that this is MBY10. It means that this is university's code. Yeah. Currently, have you seen my screen? Yeah, I already do the screen sharing. Yeah. Here, so in every study program, they will have the same, yeah, competence. The same competence related with this basic course. Yeah, in every study program, like in animal husbandry, yeah, food technology, agrotechnology, psychology, and etc., they will have the second or the next level of ESP, English for specific purposes. Nah, itu that will be later. But in this semester, all of you will have the same competence. Okay. Then this is me. Yeah. My name is Agustinus Haristiawan. Ya, I'm the Vice Dean of Teachers Training and Education Faculty. Ini ada beberapa mistyping ya, so sorry. Ya, FKIP. Ya, I also teach several courses majoring in English linguistics. Ya, and I'm currently accompany you. Ya, I currently accompany you to study English in several study program this semester, psychology, counting study program, and this one, animal husbandry. Okay, let's start it. Yeah. With the course description. Our first meeting ini, ya, our first meeting is to discussing, ya, we are going to discuss about the course description, ya, our syllabus. Here you can read the description, ya. We will highlight, ya, some points here. You are targeted in this course to have listening, speaking, reading, and writing ability or competence, yeah, in integrated way. So we'll not talk about listening by itself, speaking by itself, reading by itself, writing by itself. No, but this is integrated. Then we will have also, yeah, consider about the grammar, the language structure. But once again, ya, if we see our current approach, ya, pendekatan yang sekarang ini, the current approach is using communicative language teaching. It's different, ya, with the previous one that used traditional method, traditional grammar. Usually they, what's that? We can call it our ancestor, yeah. Usually they are very good in mastering grammar, but it has several lackness, like the motivation, yeah, like the ability, the willingness to speak, to write, yeah, it's very low because they do not have a chance first. They are afraid in making mistakes. Nah, di kelas bahasa Inggris ini, makanya dengan pendekatan yang sekarang, ya, bukan yang traditional approach, you are encouraged to speak, to write. That's the first thing first. The first priority. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now, how's about the grammar? Is that important or not? Yeah, this is important, but we will learn grammar through a topic. Ya, sebentar saya silent. Mas Andika, Firdaus, saya silent ya. Okay, then get back to this discussions. Yeah, so we will learn through this listening, speaking, reading, writing, and grammar through a topic. We are given a topic first, a sample first, Then we will learn through that one. Now, based on, if we see the the triangle of stages, or triangles from education related with the education level, understanding, from knowing, understanding till elaborating, analyzing, synthesizing. So you are encouraged to have this first understanding, then analyzing, then evaluating, critically and creatively. Nah, jadi teman-teman nanti you can produce those four integrated skill with creatively and critically. Nah, how about the scope? Kalau dalam course description itu scope-nya dari yang from the smaller one to the bigger one, from the daily life, masalah sehari-hari sampai ke national issues till the international issues using English. Nah, then regarding with that course description, karena kurikulum Mas Ibnu Torifah tidak usah dicoret-coret ya, di back gitu aja nggak apa-apa. Nah, based on the course description, we have CPMK karena the new curriculum is OBE, outcome based education, outcome based education. So you are encouraging to have this outcome competence with CPMK 1, CPMK 2, CPMK 3, and CPK 4. We have 4 CPMK. First, it's like the language development. Tadi sudah ya. Ini bisa cepat kita sing is grammar, reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Then through the second CPMK, we have the other one plus ini orally and written with the self-confidence, appropriately and with the self-confidence. Tadi sudah disinggung di awal kalau you are encouraging to do that, to know the content, and after that you can produce it orally and written appropriately with your self-confidence. Then with third and fourth CPMK, for those we after understanding we go to the next level which is analyzing. Nah, kuncinya yang highlight yang CPMK yang luaran teman-teman besok is analyzing. Then the last one for those of content you can actively communicate, actively communicate. Tadi disambung lagi spoken, written, appropriately, and with the self-confidence. Now, how about the scoring criteria? The scoring criteria, we have ASN 4 and ASN 8 as the mid-exam and final exams. Maybe in your other courses has already been explained, same with this course. Jadi, so you will have ASN 4 for mid-exam, ASN 8 for final exams. Then the rest of it, ASN 1 and ASN 5, it's just for assessing meeting 1 till 4. So later on in meeting 5, you will get assessed with ASN 1. Then assessment 5, ASN 5 will be for meeting 9 till 12. So how about meeting 13, 14, and 15? It will be integrated with final exam. It will be the same with meeting 5, 6, and 7. Now, the grading is like this. This is based on the character letters. There will be no questions because it's quite common. Then next, about books that will be used. I suggested we have 5 books here. First, that I suggest you to buy or to download, we have the ebook and extra is Betty's Grammar Azhar, from Fundamentals of English Grammar. It is very useful actually, for non-students of PBI UMB atau English Education Study Program, non-English Education Study Program students. Because you are not the one who concerned about English every day, right? So this book is quite condensed Gendais itu sudah mapat, ya, ringkas ya. We have the summary, the points quite complete and explain. Manually, offline, you can buy it in some bookstore, and then you can get it from Gramedia, for example, or you can browse to surfing through internet and get the ebook. And then the rest are the supporting materials, yeah, from Murphy, Plain, Preschool, and others, yeah. But the first one, I suggest you to read. Yeah, you can get and master the grammar related with English. Then, what we are going to do during this semester. In each meeting, we will see, yeah, one by one. Yeah, meeting one, we got the course syllabus in explanation here. Our current activity here is course syllabus introduction explanation. Okay, that. Do you want to say something? Yang mau Mas Hafid tadi sudah off ya. Oke. Okay, we'll continue ya with the explanations. Ya, same with the previous one. Ya, good. Mas Ardi sudah di back. Okay. The other one is about the expression of self-introduction. Yeah. In the end of this meeting, we'll deal with this. Yeah, the expression of self-introduction. Yeah, but first we will finish the course introduction first, course syllabus. Yeah. About meeting two. Yeah, we have a discussion related with the expression of giving or exchanging information. Yeah, we'll do it asynchronously. Then in the meeting three, third meeting, we will talk about describing in 3 meetings. Yeah, in meeting 3, 4, and 5. Meeting 3 will have describing people related with their physical appearance and their people and their qualities. Then meeting 4, it is not about people anymore. This is about things. So we are going to discuss about food and specific events or occasion. Then in the last, about describing, in meeting 5, we have describing places and object or object. Here we will get assessed by ASN 1 to assess the knowledge, yeah, your understanding related with meeting 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Then before mid exams, yeah, we have 2 more topics related with comparing and contrasting. Yeah, we'll have this English expression, yeah, comparing and contrasting, and then telling future in meeting 7 about future change, plan, and also reading email because it's related with telling future. Yeah, our email writing activity later on will be related with telling futures topic. Okay. Then in meeting 8, as we can see, this is mid-exam. So you will get ASN 4. Yeah. And on meeting 9, we have asking questions topic, yeah, WH and how, yeah, questions. It will be about interviewing someone or talk show. And then in 2 meetings in a row, meeting 10 and 11, we are going to do discussion related with telling past, reporting what was happening and what had happened. Then after telling about past, we are going to sharpen our ability in a communications. Yeah, our topic is about effective oral communication. Here we have giving advice and suggestions for national issues, yeah, and also persuading. And then in meeting 14 and 15, we have getting ready for a job, yeah, in making CV and interview. That's all. So we can wrap it up later on in meeting 16, yeah, final examination, ASN 8. So we got all meeting details, yeah, from or started from first meeting. till meeting 16. Yeah, this is my contact. You can have my mobile phone number. You can have my emails. .com ya, and you can have this website address for our main interaction ya. So I do hope ya all of you have already included ya in the e-learning website. Yeah, any questions before we continue to the topic, the earlier topic related with self introduction? Mungkin ada pertanyaan tentang silabus. Yeah, good questions from Daru ya. The syllabus is not sent yet, but after the meeting, in this evening, I will send this presentation, slides, so you can know what we are going to do in each meeting. How many ASN tadi? Remember, we have 4 ASN, whether we have 8 assessment ASN ready in SIA, but depends on the course karakteristik ya. Semua itu tergantung dengan karakteristik mata kuliah. Bisa sampai 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nah, di kelas kita beberapa sudah saya gabung, jadi kita akan ada 4 ASN. We are going to have 4 ASN ya. Mungkin ada pertanyaan lain sebelum lanjut? Not yet? Belum? Oke. I will do for the recapitulation for the attendance ya. Saya keluar sebentar, stop sharing karena tadi 30, sekarang sudah ada 50 partisipan ya. So I will make kind of pick up ya for the attendance. Biasanya saya di awal, di tengah, di akhir ya. Okay. Okay, then we'll continue. Yeah. Introducing yourself. Self-introduction. Yeah. From the current approach, we are going to have a sample first, not a pattern, but sample first so you can analyze what pattern is it, what points that appears in the introduction. You can also get that analysis later on, This is a sample, You can read it by yourself too. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sofia Fedorova. Please call me Sophie. I'm currently working at Mercu Buana University and responsible for the marketing division. Well, outside my work, I do a lot of things. Gardening, reading, traveling, sport, are things that interest me. Well, that's what I can say about myself. It's a pleasure to meet you. Then here we have the second one to compare, So you get another point of view from the samples, Hi everybody, let me introduce myself. I'm Samuel Khan. You can call me Sami or Mumu. It's okay, I'm from India. I'm a student of Gandhi University, majoring in computer science. That's all about myself, Nice to meet you. Based on those 2 samples currently, we have that. What kind of point that you got in introduction? Is that the same one or different? Of course, different, because we have different person, different context, different time, different culture. It influences the producing of these words. That's why what to say when you want to introduce yourself, dari contoh 2 tadi, teman-teman bisa menganalisis ya. We can have greetings ya. We can have name, we can have nickname, we can have origin, job, college, company, hobbies, other things ya, and also closing. Remember ya, ingat teman-teman. Jadi we can have can or may, not must, karena in every situation sometimes it will be different. Jadi tidak semuanya nanti harus ada originnya ya, harus ada jobnya ya. Depends on your using. The usage is different from each person, its characters ya, its culture, something like that. Now, after know the point, what to say when you want to introduce yourself, we have samples ya. Here we have greetings. In each point, I give you several variations. Yeah, now we have good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or hi, hello, something like that. Then we have purpose. Yeah, let me introduce myself. I'd like to introduce myself. Allow me to introduce myself. I introduce myself. Then about name, for example, I'm Samuel Khan. My name is Samuel Khan, etc. Yeah, you can use that one. Okay, when we have I'd like to introduce myself. Nah, it is about past karena I would like. Nah, lalu kita belajar grammarnya dari sini misalnya ya. I'd like, it's not about past events ya. Would itu in some occasion, in some setting it will be past, like will into would. Can into could. Nah, that's present into past. Sekarang lalu menjadi lampau. But in other context like English expression, karena kenalan itu kan English expression. Introduction itu introducing ourselves itu English expression. The intention on the purpose is not about present into past, but to make it more polite. Do you get what I mean? To make it more polite, ya. I would like itu jadi sopan, more polite lebih sopan. Ya, contohnya itu kasusnya misalnya I cannot, ya, I can't swim because I got an accident. Ya, last year I could swim, but now I can't. Contohnya seperti itu lampau dan sekarang ya. Saya tidak bisa berenang karena I got an accident. Saya ada kecelakaan, pernah dapat kecelakaan. Tapi tahun lalu saya bisa berenang, could swim karena bisanya tahun lalu, sekarang nggak bisa. Tapi kalau dalam konteks ini ya, kita sudah bisa I'd like to introduce myself atau could you mind to open the door? Ya, could itu yang sopan. Lalu ada greetings. Nah, di sini. Saya untuk interaksi mencoba tanya Mas Ibnu. Ya. Mas Ibnu, can you hear me? Mas Ibnu? Ibnu Torifah? Halo, bisa direspon Mas Ibnu? Ini random ya saya. Mas Ibnu, tidak. Coba Mas Satria, Bekti. Mas Satria? Oke, there will be no response yet. Mas Angga, Kaisa. Mas Angga? Halo, ada yang bisa mendengar suara saya? Halo?
Halo.
Ya.
Mendengar.
Terima kasih sudah merespon ya.
Yes, sir.
Ya, thank you. Oke. Sekarang saya acak lagi ya, hanya untuk interaksi. Terima kasih sudah merespon. I really appreciate that. Nanti saya kira Mbak Mutiara, tadi Mutiara. Satu lagi coba ya saya tanya. Mbak Marcelina Suilowati. Mbak Marcel?
Iya, Pak.
Ya, thank you very much, Mbak Marcelina. Nah, we will have an interaction here. Kita akan berinteraksi ya. Kalau greetings, ini kan kita sudah sampai ke salah satu contohnya ya, greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Kalau jam sekarang 13.33 itu, greetingsnya apa kira-kira, Mbak Marcelina? Good, apakah good morning? Apakah good afternoon? Apakah good evening? Tadi ya, don't be afraid of making a mistakes. Nggak apa-apa ya. Nanti misalnya kurang tepat, tidak masalah. We are learning. I accompany you to learn about this. Ya, kira-kira kalau menyapa di tahap ini, good morning, good afternoon, atau good evening, atau good night. Supaya kita ada pembahasan ya tentang ini, to avoid miscommunications ya related with greetings. Oke, Mas atau Mbak Marcelina ditunggu, mungkin dibantu.
Good afternoon, Pak.
Oke, good afternoon. Kalau jam 8 pagi, good apa?
Good morning, Pak.
Nah, langsung jam 11 siang.
Kalau 11 siang kan masih good afternoon, Pak.
Good afternoon. Terakhir ya, sekarang nggak apa-apa. Ini pendapat saja. Kalau jam 8 malam. Jam 8 malam.
Good night, Pak.
Oke, thank you very much ya, Mbak Marcelina. Nah, untuk second opinion, I wanna have another comparisons for your point of view. Jadi ada sudut pandang yang berbeda ini ya. Saya ingin mendengar suaranya Mas Aldi. Ya, namanya unik ya, Mas Aldi. Ini di persensi Aldi gitu ya, atau quite of double letters? Mas Aldi, can you
Ya, Pak.
respond? Ya. Terima kasih sudah merespon.
Yes.
The same questions. If currently at 1:30 PM, jam setengah 2 ini, nyapanya pakai apa? Greetingsnya.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Kalau tadi dibalik jam 8 pagi?
Good morning.
Good morning. Kalau jam 11 siang?
Good morning.
Good morning. Ya, ini beda ya tadi dengan Mbak Marcelin. Oke, Mas Aldi, sekarang terakhir jam 8 malam.
Good night.
Ya, thank you Mas Aldi ya. Sebelum kita
You're
bahas,
welcome.
ya ada yang mau menambahkan? Ini tadi kan berdua, I wanna have two opinion, right? From Mas Aldi and Mbak Marcelina. Now, if you wanna have something, you may. Mungkin ada yang mau berpendapat? Nah, greetings is important. Sekali lagi kalau bahasa, language is based on a common belief, agreement, kesepakatan ya. Kesepakatan itu berdasarkan apa? Ya, region, culture, places ya, because nowadays we have so many social media. That's okay, can make one vocabulary known by many misalnya. Misalnya ada kata-kata apa, seluruh dunia bisa mengetahuinya dan jadi massive understanding. Tapi kalau zaman dulu kosakata dasar itu kan at that time we didn't have any kind of mobile phone, right? Dulu nggak ada HP, nggak ada ini. Jadi bahasa itu sangat bervariasi, konsepnya juga. Salah satunya di greetings ini. Nah, kita bahas ya kalau memang sudah cukup tadi tidak ada yang pendapat ketiga. Kalau dari konsepnya dulu, from the concept. Kalau Indonesia itu kan dari pagi hari bangun tidur melihat matahari itu kan acuannya sun ya. Nah, matahari itu pagi ya, masih di ufuk timur. Ya, kalau sudah sampai ke atas itu sudah siang. Pembagian waktunya gitu. Kalau sudah siang ya di atas itu sudah siang. Kalau sudah mau terbenam itu sudah sore. Lalu kalau sudah tidak ada, sudah tenggelam itu petang ke atas. That's the Indonesian concept. Nah, we'll try to use the Western or the native language concept, which is English, right? Nah, di Inggris itu kan ada PM, EM. Nah, itu memisahkan itu sudah konsepnya. PM, PM. Nah, jam 12 siang sampai nanti 12 malam itu kan PM. Lalu malam nanti jam 12 sampai siang lagi jam 12 itu EM. Lagi PM, EM, PM, EM seperti itu. Nah, batasnya kan at 12. Nah, jam 12 itu disebut noon. Kalau ada janjian, okay, let's meet at noon. Nah, itu jam 12. Kangsananya saat matahari terbit di atas pas noon. Nah, lalu pembagian waktunya dalam in English concept there will be before and after. Jadi when we woke up, kalau kita bangun tidur dan sebagainya, ya sampai sebelum jam 12 itu adalah good morning. Ya. Jam 7 good morning, jam 8 good morning, 9 good morning, 10 good morning, 11 good morning, 11.59 good morning. Nah, setelah itu afternoon. Nah, setelah jam setengah 1 misalnya habis ibadah siang lalu sampai sore itu ya afternoon, jam 2 afternoon, jam 3 itu afternoon, jam 4 afternoon. Nanti setelah tenggelam baru evening. Evening, jam 7 itu good evening, jam 8 good evening. Nah, when we want to leave, do leave taking, kalau kita sudah mau berpisah itu baru tadi good night. Kalau dalam buku pelajaran good night itu misalnya dalam satu rumah lalu menyampaikan perpisahan ke anaknya yang mau tidur di kamar good night. Nah, itu. Tapi tidak serta-merta hanya itu. It's not just that situation or context. Misalnya ini teman-teman sudah nongki malam di kafe dan berpisah dengan temannya. That's leave taking. Ya. Leave taking. Itu leave taking sudah okay, see you later, good night. Nah, gitu. Nah, kembali ke konsep tadi. Jadi misalnya teman-teman melihat komik ini, ada kalau yang suka baca komik Doraemon, komik Marvel and DC Comics, itu terjemahannya kan beda-beda. Dari misalnya greetings ya. For example, I use bahasa for these samples ya. Misalnya saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia untuk contoh ini. Ada komik Doraemon yang diterjemahkan ke Indonesia dan Inggris. Nah, terjemahan Inggrisnya misalnya terjemahan Indonesianya misalnya Nobita menyapa Doraemon di jam 7. Ya, bahasa Indonesia selamat pagi karena jam 7. Lalu siangnya jam 11 itu menyapa lagi selamat siang. Nah, tapi dalam komik bahasa Inggrisnya dua-duanya diterjemahkan apa? Good morning. At 7 ya good morning, at 11 ya good morning. Gitu. Jadi terjemahannya tergantung konteks ya. Nanti tidak bisa 100% kalau good morning itu selamat pagi, tidak tentu. Karena dalam Indonesia itu jam 11 itu sudah siang, dan itu terjemahnya good morning. Sama dengan afternoon, karena konsep pembagiannya seperti itu kalau siang ya. Kalau jam 1 itu kan selamat siang, terjemahnya good afternoon. Jam 5 sore, jam 4 sore itu selamat sore. Terjemahnya tetap good afternoon. Jadi good afternoon can be siang, can be sore. Ya, do you got what I mean? Paham ya sementara ya? Untuk greetings itu kasusnya tadi yang saya singgung. Jangan sampai kita bingung konsep waktu antara Indonesia dan Barat ya. Kalau kita menerjemahkan Ya, tergantung konteksnya. Good morning-nya mau jam berapa. Ya, kalau pagi ya selamat pagi, kalau sudah good morning-nya 10 ke atas kan itu bisa diidentifikasi, can be identified by selamat siang. Nah, itu that's about greetings, that's about purpose. Ya, tadi purpose saya singgung tentang grammar-nya. Kalau would, will, would, can, could itu untuk lebih sopan ya, bukan hanya karena untuk masa lampau, tidak. Banyak ya yang bisa kita dapatkan. Dan name, misalnya ada orang yang I'm Samuel Khan. My name is Samuel Khan. Lalu ada my name Samuel Khan. Nah, we do not easily blame that, oh, my name Samuel Khan kurang to be, itu kurang is. Enggak, kalau spoken itu kadang cepat. Namanya run on. Jadi kadang S-nya itu tersamarkan. Nah, jadi my name Samuel Khan, is-nya. Nah, itu. Nah, di awal kita sebagai pembelajar bahasa ya, awilis bahasa, we do not easily blame each other untuk memotivasi kita ya, to motivate us. Kita tidak boleh dengan gampangnya menyalahkan satu sama lain dalam belajar bahasa. Ya. Karena akan we can make kind of demotivation. Misalnya seseorang sedang berbicara, speaking, blah blah blah, dan stop, that's you have a mistakes. The grammar actually it is like this. This is not appropriate and stuff. Nah, that will break down the motivation and will get demotivated. Nah, evaluation is important, right? Ya, penting, tapi di belakang. We can evaluate in the end after it flows. Setelah mengalir, ngomong ini harus, oh, that's good, ya. Actually, we can have kind of improvement in this one, in that one. Jadi dalam mengkoreksi pun kita harus bisa dengan cara seperti itu. Nanti ya kalau belajar bersama dengan teman-temannya, jangan, oh ini salah, itu salah, langsung gitu. Nah, postpone for a while. Then the second one, ya, biasanya kita harapkan ini pembelajar bahasa ya, language learner will have two kinds of point of view. Sudut pandang itu didasari dari dua ini, prescriptivism and descriptivism. Ya, prescriptivism is based on the rule, berdasarkan aturan ya. Karena bahasa pun ada aturan-aturan tata bahasanya kan, we have universal rule. Lalu berdasarkan descriptivism ya, berdasarkan konteks, adanya toleransi-toleransi. Oke, sebentar ya. Saya ada panggilan di kampus ini. Mungkin 1 menit ya. Okay, sorry for the interruption ya. It's related about administrative things ya. Get back to the concept, point of view. For example, if we have a rule in each language ya, we must follow the rule like pronunciation, grammar, word choice, and etc. But as a language learner, kalau kita belajar bahasa itu, we do not wear horse glasses ya, pakai kacamata kuda, tidak. We can see surrounding, we can see concept, we can see context. Konteksnya apa dulu nih? Itu. Contoh, ada aturan ya, receive pronunciation. Saya tentang pronunciation itu ada aturan di kamus ya. Phonetic and phonemics transcription. Saya berikan contoh real, singgung sedikit ya. Belum lanjut. Untuk interaksi, Mas Ardi Ardana, can you respond to me? Mas Ardi Ardana. Not yet. Oke, berikutnya Mbak Lisa Pangestu. Mbak Lisa Pangestu. Are you here? Mbak Lisa? Belum respon ya? Oke, saya Lestiadi Vigo, ya, Mas Lestiadi. Lestiadi Vigo, Mas Lestiadi, di sini. Mas Lestiadi. Oke, ini Bintang, ini Mas Bintang atau Mbak Bintang?
Cewek.
Oh, Mbak Bintang, ya cewek. Mbak Bintang, kalau bahasa Inggrisnya mobil itu apa ya?
Apa?
Bahasa Inggrisnya mobil.
Car.
Car. Oke, thank you Mbak Bintang ya. Nah, that's samples. If we ask about car, ya car, nah itu kan. Itu kalau dalam receive pronunciation, kalau you can see Oxford, Cambridge, Longman, ya, or Hasan Sadli's book dictionary, ya, English Indonesia. If you see the phonetic transcription there, it will be car, C-R, and intransitive R atau silent R. Nah, tidak rhotic R. Nah, kalau orang yang hanya memiliki sudut pandang itu preskriptif, rule, atau langsung, salah itu. Itu kan car, bukan car. Masa car? Kayak gitu. Enggak. Orang bahasa, kita belajar bahasa, we cannot do like that. Karena apa? Ya, siapa tahu yang kita sok benar itu malah salah. Ya, car itu boleh benar karena pronunciation-nya juga ada. Jadi, kita harus lihat konteks. There's accent or dialect. Ya, dialek atau aksen ya. Jadi, misalnya car itu secara formal ya di kamus, tapi secara aksen itu ada car. Dalam jurnal sosiolinguistik ya, misalnya di beberapa bagian di Amerika Serikat itu ya sesuai dengan kamus car itu dibaca car. Tapi ada di beberapa states itu yang dialeknya car. Rhotic R yang jelas R-nya tadi. Nah, that's so social high status. Ya, high social status itu malahan ya kalau dalam beberapa tempat. Jadi tergantung tempatnya, tergantung konteksnya. Gitu. Nah, tadi contoh dari Mbak Bintang tadi itu untuk misalnya that's the different accent. Jadi tidak serta-merta itu salah, itu benar. Itu paham ya? Jadi dalam belajar bahasa kita harus mengetahui itu, punya konsep yang deskriptivism, melihat lebih luas. Apakah ada aksen-aksen, ada dialek yang seperti itu tidak, dan tidak serta-merta salah itu tadi. Karena apalagi secara luas we have word Englishes ya, kita punya word Englishes, we have Singaporean Englishes ya. Selain yang the big four like British, American, Australian ya. Oke. Kemudian misalnya dalam tata bahasa atau apa ya, kalau dalam songs, lyrics, can be tolerated because that's popular and extra. Ya, so we learn about this. Say, one slide consists of many explanation because we can learn ya tadi from the pronunciation, we can learn from the tadi namanya auxiliary ya. Lalu ada kita tentang greetings, about time concept. The other one ya, in introduction we can have nickname, we can have origin ya, we can have job. Ya, you can call me Sammy atau dengan cara lain misalnya in another way. People usually call me Sammy. My nickname is Sammy. Then I'm from Indonesia. I come from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm an accounting student at Delhi University. Oke. Sebentar ya, mohon maaf ini saya ada panggilan 1-2 menit ya. Bentar. Okay, sorry for the interruption again, yeah. So we'll continue, yeah, for job, for example. Yeah, usually if someone talk to us about what is your job, nah, gampang ya. Oh, I am siapa ya? I'm a student. Ini Universitas Mercu Buana students atau I study at. Nah, itu bisa dua-duanya. Nah, don't get confused with such questions like what do you do? Ya, what do you do? Ya, kalau how do you do itu sama dengan nanti how are you, ya kan? Karena present menanyakan how. Kalau what itu menanyakan apa kegiatan yang dilakukan kita sehari-hari secara rutin. Itu artinya it be converted into the meaning of what is your job. Jadi don't get confused, jangan bingung kalau nanti ada percakapan dengan orang asing itu what do you do, gitu kan? What do you do itu artinya what is your job. Ya bisa jawab tentang ini. Gitu. Ya, ada yang menjawab, oh I'm the burden of the family. Ya, kalau anak-anak sekarang ada yang sering ngecek beban keluarga ya, pekerjaannya itu menjadi beban keluarga. Ya, itu bercanda saja ya. Tapi ini ya, I'm an accounting, I am ya, I study, I verb with verb, subject verb itu bisa. Okay, that's for the variations ya. The other one you can have these variations if, for example, about college or company, hobbies, ya. I work as, I am a, ya. Hobbies, my hobbies are, I like to, nah kan suka, itu suka, hobi itu bisa. Nah, after all, with the several things, tadi ingat, kalau dalam from the native ada avoidance, ya, the one who need to be avoided. Nanyain umur di pertemuan pertama atau kita malah showing about ages, itu ya avoid that. Asking about relationship, tiba-tiba, oh do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, that's impolite, nggak sopan ya dalam pertemuan pertama. Nah, that's our culture need to be seen and converted into different cultures. So we can, what is that? Consider and try to hold for a while. Jadi ditahan ini. Saya itu misalnya dalam kenalan kok dia, misalnya ya kalau dalam bahasa anak muda, wah cakep banget ini, mau nanya-nanya, no, that's impolite kalau dalam setting bahasa Inggris ya. Dan terakhir untuk kesopanan biasanya ada saying your enthusiasm, ya, enthusiasms ya. Ada misalnya ekspresi seperti it's nice to meet you, it's a great pleasure to know you dan sebagainya, itu to show. Sekarang karena closing biasanya langsung oh yeah, it's nice to meet you ya. I do hope that we meet again soon. Nah, misalnya seperti itu. Ya. Okay. Any questions so far related with our materials? Saya akan sambil presentasi di akhir meeting ya. Bentar. Ada yang keluar masuk tadi. I do hope that you are okay for your internet connection. Ada pertanyaan teman-teman? Di sini, di pertemuan pertama? Ada?
No, yeah, sir.
Okay, thank you for your response. Dari, if there is no questions, thank you very much ya. Please pay attention to the e-learning website. Nanti ya kalau sudah terkompilasi nanti materinya saya share supaya tahu course grade kita, silabus kita, pertemuan pertama, kedua, ketiga dan lain-lain. Lalu untuk minggu depan kan teman-teman bisa mencermati synchronous atau asynchronous. Kalau synchronous biasanya yang diupload adalah link ya Zoom atau Gmeet. Sekali lagi ya stay healthy, always blessed ya. Thanks God that you are blessed in this several and various condition ya, di berbagai macam kondisi teman-teman. Semoga ya semua sehat-sehat dan kita harus wajib bersyukur. Oke, thank you for today's meeting. Ada yang pertanyaan? Ya, betul. Tadi kelewat dijelaskan ya di ASN ya. There will be remedial for each ASN ya. Ada chance-nya di situ kan, ada ASN 1 dan ASN 5 ya tadi yang disisipi setelah UTS dan sebelum UAS tadi ada ASN 1 5. There will be remedial for those who are on the below of KKM ya, or for those who got sick. Kalau yang misalnya sakit, misalnya saat itu seminggu jaringannya nggak ada ya, terkena enggak, semoga nggak ada ya, misalnya ada bencana atau apa ya, karena seminggu ya. Kalau misalnya 1 hari nanti kan bisa disusulkan hari lainnya itu, atau kalau yang di bawah KKM itu ada remedialnya. Nah, tetapi nanti kalau sudah remedial dan masih misalnya tidak mengerjakan atau malah terus di bawah KKM, yaitu konsekuensinya adalah mengambil ujian ulang di luar saat di luar kelas ya, setelah UAS. Tapi good questions ya untuk mengingatkan ya, tetapi setiap ASN nanti setelahnya ya, setelah penilaiannya pasti ada apa misalnya ada remedial. Excuse me sir, is there no attendance link? Enggak, attendance link-nya tidak ada, jadi saya presensi berdasarkan kehadiran di awal, di tengah, di akhir dengan screenshot layar. Ya. Dengan screenshot layar. Nanti kalau ada biasanya ya saya positivism sih, positive thinking, tapi untuk menghindari misalnya link nanti di link yang disebar di grup kelas, karena pernah terjadi ya, disebar di grup kelas, yang datang itu misalnya 30, tapi yang presensi 40 berapa. Jadi supaya enak nanti sementara saya ini ya, screenshot. Nanti kalau dalam meetingnya ada yang kelewat terpresensi, nah ini ada 50 nih, tadi 49 saat saya ini ya. Saya presensi ulang ya, yang terakhir. Bentar. Nah, misalnya ada yang terlewat, itu bisa do chatting ya, dengan saat tadi kontaknya ada. Lalu misalnya terlewat, mungkin saat saya presensi sedang jaringannya sedang keluar gitu. Oh ya, ini ya yang dari Kanda sudah saya presensi, terakhir ini sudah masuk. Mas atau Mbak, mohon maaf. Marikan Dina ya.
Cewek, Pak.
Cewek ya, oke. Itu ada lagi? Sebelum saya close, ASN kita hanya 4 ya, dari 8 kita akan ada 4 ASN. Setiap ASN nanti selain UAS ya, akan ada remedial testnya. Yang di tengah-tengah ASN 1, ASN 5. Kalau tidak ada, kita akhiri.